The U.S. Air Force Academy says it's rebuilding its sexual assault prevention and response office after a scathing internal report. Our separate 6-month CBS News investigation looked into how the Academy handles assault cases. We spoke to more than a dozen current and former cadets who told us they faced retaliation from peers and military leadership for reporting sexual assaults. The Academy's superintendent says he's now open to all ideas that would help support victims.
It's a real opportunity for us to get out and be part of the national conversation. The reckoning, the Me Too movement, the things that we're talking about.
Lieutenant General Jay Silveria, superintendent of the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, says the Academy is restructuring and expanding its sexual assault prevention and response office, with an emphasis on better qualified staff and prevention efforts.
I intend to be relentless in pursuing the perpetrators of these horrible crimes and holding them accountable. But I also desperately want to help all of the victims in any way that I can.
His remarks to the Colorado Springs Gazette newspaper came days after denying on CBS This Morning that the Academy had a problem with the way it handles sexual assault.
Do you think that there are problems there?
I don't think there are problems, and let me tell you why. We know that across the nation and across campuses, this is underreported. So I want reporting to go up so that I can provide that care, provide that support.
Last month, the Academy released a scathing investigation into its sexual assault prevention and response office, accusing former director Teresa Beasley of a lack of competency that jeopardized victim care. Beasley told CBS News she's been made a scapegoat for standing up to leadership and advocating for survivors. Is the Air Force Academy supportive of those who report sexual assault?
I would have to say absolutely not. No.
More than a dozen current and former cadets told CBS News they reported their assaults only to experience retaliation by their peers and their commanders.
I was terrified of reporting because I've heard of things that happen to people. And it did happen to me, so it's not horror stories.
Lieutenant General Silveria is also open to allowing sexually assaulted cadets to transfer to another military service academy.
The focus shouldn't be on moving survivors and further disrupting survivors' lives. The focus should be on reforming culture so that there isn't cases of retaliation against those who report.
Lynn Hull is a former cadet who authored a memoir about the way the Air Force Academy handled her sexual assault.
Time and time again, cadets lose their careers. They are often traumatized in ways that will affect them for the rest of their lives. And meanwhile, perpetrators continue to graduate and serve in the armed services.
The Air Force Academy tells CBS News that in the past 5 years, one cadet perpetrator of sexual assault has been convicted in a court-martial proceeding. 11 others accused of assault were pushed out of the academy.
Well, your report, Norah, I have to say, opened a lot of eyes. People stopped me on the street to talk about it. So I'm wondering if the Journal went back and looked at your two pieces and said, let me do that again.
They clearly
certainly had the opportunity here at the table, and I think a lot of people felt he dropped the ball here.
I think the key is not only how do they fix this problem, but why there isn't more focus on prevention, which is the point.
Exactly right. And for women to please continue to speak out.
Agreed.